Under the Labour government, the UK's China policy is unfolding like a carefully painted canvas, pragmatic, cooperative, yet shrouded in subtle contradictions. Chancellor Rachel Reeves' visit to Beijing, accompanied by a £600 million investment pledge, appears symbolic but barely significant in the grand scale of China's economic powerhouse. Meanwhile, the approval of a Chinese mega-embassy in London's historic Royal Mint site has sparked outrage, especially among Hongkongers in the UK. Is this a diplomatic gesture or a silent compromise? As Britain navigates between economic interests, national security, and its alliance with the US, the stakes have never been higher. Will closer ties with China jeopardize the UK's position in the Five Eyes alliance? Could a weakened stance on China disrupt trade talks with Washington? And most importantly, who truly benefits from this shifting strategy? But the most shocking twist? Rumors linking the Andrew Prince scandal to CCP spies. Is this mere coincidence or part of a deeper, more calculated infiltration? Beneath the surface, is the truth being hidden? Is democracy being quietly sold out? V for Vision is here to unravel the mysteries and expose the real game at play. In this turbulent world, truth is concealed and justice is distorted. But history tells us that ideas are indestructible and resistance never fades. This is V for Vision, revealing reality through stories, illuminating the future with history. We deconstruct power, reshape the truth, and let the silenced voices be heard once more. Ideas are bulletproof. Under the leadership of the UK Labour government, the policy toward China unfurls like a carefully painted canvas, gradually revealing hues of pragmatism and cooperation. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the rising star of British politics, constantly carries an unavoidable imperative: economic growth. This is not only the foundation of his governance, but also the guiding force for his future ambitions. As a result, the relationship with China, this global giant, gradually becomes as fluid as water, seeking a delicate balance, neither overly dependent nor easily estranged. In this game of national destiny, Chancellor Rachel Reeves' visit to Beijing seems like a voyage in the dawn, aiming to build a solid economic bridge between the two. Yet the beginning and end of this bridge subtly reveal an underlying contradiction. A £600 million investment over 5 years seems like nothing more than a grain of sand for a nation with a GDP of £3 trillion. The vast and profound economic scale of China stands in stark contrast to this modest commitment, symbolizing an immense gap between the two. The Labour government's strategy toward China seems to be gradually dissolving the sharp edges and opposition that once characterized it. The criticisms and doubts of the past have been replaced by silence and compromise, and the relationship with China has become increasingly soft and vague. Even a report originally scheduled for release this spring was ultimately delayed, like an elusive examination quietly disappearing into the flow of time. In this diplomatic transformation, the British government's stance appears to focus more on financial cooperation, as if the two sides are dancers seeking rhythm in the notes of a piano. However, the approval of China's plan to build a super embassy at the Old Mint in London sends a shockwave through the surface calm. This decision not only sparked a storm of outrage within the British Hong Kong community, but also revealed the deepening traces of change in Sino-British relations. The Old Mint, like a symbolic sculpture, stands at the heart of London, and for many in the British Hong Kong community, it is not merely a diplomatic miniature, but an unavoidable political symbol. Beneath its shadow, many feel not the coldness of concrete and steel, but a sense of betrayal. Why does the Labour government extend a hand of cooperation to China? Behind this move seems to lie multiple motivations. Economic interests, of course, are the most direct driving force. As the world's second-largest economy, China's undeniable reality compels the UK to acknowledge the need for deeper economic collaboration. However, this is not the sole reason. The connection to global issues, like climate change, also plays a part in this diplomatic chessboard. The UK and China share common interests in these areas, and cooperation undoubtedly pushes these agendas forward. On a deeper level, the Labour government may view collaboration with China as a form of political wisdom, a balancing act in a multipolar world undergoing constant change. Yet this path of cooperation is far from carefree. It conceals profound concerns about human rights and national security, particularly with regards to the issues in Hong Kong. The Labour government must tread carefully, balancing every step in this diplomatic and values-based contest. For a post-Brexit economy, an investment of £600 million is undoubtedly too small to create the desired economic ripples, and it cannot repair potential rifts in international relations. Reflecting on 2023, the UAE's commitment of £10 billion to the UK far exceeded China's numbers. If the UK softens its policy toward China merely due to this limited amount of investment, it may well be a strategy fraught with risk. After all, the economic return on this investment is negligible, but its impact on international relations could be profound and irreparable. China's investments are often directed toward areas of high strategic value, such as infrastructure, energy, and technology. These sectors not only concern economic interests, but also national security. Such investments often carry geopolitical risks, recalling the UK's entanglement with Huawei's 5G issue. From initial approval to a full ban under American pressure, this saga reveals the potential dangers and losses involved. If China's future investments again touch on these sensitive sectors, the UK may once again find itself on the edge of risk, inevitably facing a more complex international situation. Against this backdrop, the deepening UK-China relationship inevitably raises concerns about the future trajectory of UK-US relations. During the Trump era, the United States regarded China as its greatest strategic competitor and strongly urged its allies to maintain distance. If the UK sides with China, in the midst of the U.S.-China rivalry, it will undoubtedly provoke strong dissatisfaction from the United States and could have three critical consequences on UK-US relations. First, the progress of the UK-US trade agreement would be affected. Since Brexit, the UK has been seeking to sign a free trade agreement with the US, but progress has been slow. If the US perceives the UK as wavering in its stance in the U.S.-China standoff, the trade agreement may be further delayed or have reduced benefits. Secondly, as a member of the Five Eyes Alliance, UK-US military and intelligence cooperation would face unprecedented challenges. If the UK is seen as being too close to China, the use may reduce intelligence sharing, posing a threat to the UK's national security. Third, the UK's position within its Western allies could be called into question due to excessive reliance on China, thereby impacting its role in the global economic strategy. The Labour government's China policy resembles a game of chess shrouded in fog, full of mysteries and unknown risks. The £600 million investment may be nothing more than a beautiful illusion, insufficient to truly boost the UK economy, yet capable of silently eroding national security and international influence. However, could there be an even darker undercurrent beneath this political and economic struggle? Prince Andrew's scandal has once again shaken British politics, and now reports have surfaced linking individuals around him to Chinese spies. Is there a connection between this and the UK government's stance on China? We do not know, nor can we verify it. But one thing is certain: China's infiltration is never without purpose. There is always a greater political agenda at play. History has repeatedly shown that authoritarian regimes never cease their influence. Operations in democratic nations, and the greatest vulnerability of democracies often lies in internal corruption and compromise. As the UK government wavers between the competing forces of China and the US, as its foreign policy drifts between economic interests and national security, the people must remain vigilant and recognize the true nature of their choices. Democracy is founded on the will of its citizens, and the future of a nation depends on whether its people can see through the darkness of political machinations. If politicians are allowed to succumb to the temptations of short-term gains, the sovereignty and security of the country may be gradually and irreversibly sold away.
Thank you for watching V for Vision, your lens into global politics. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join the conversation, stay informed, and keep questioning the world around you.